Welcome back. In this lecture we will discuss regularization, but for neural networks this time. So by the end of this module you should be able to explain the role of regularization for deep learning. So just to review as to why we'd want to do regularization in the first place is you want to avoid this idea of what's called overfitting. So here we see a simple example for linear regression. We have a set of points, and as a human we would see right away that, hey, having a polynomial that is really strange like this, that is connecting all the points, even if the curves are looking, nice and stuff, doesn't make much sense. This is not going to generalize to a larger amount of data. This curve that's drawn in that picture is too specific to the training data, as opposed to the line there, which, while has more error relative to the training data, will generalize better. And so there are some standard techniques that get used for regularization, such as L1 and L2 regularization. And there's also some specific techniques for deep learning that we'll mention as well. So, standard kind of L1 and L2 regularization, such as here you see with the so-called ridge regression, you're just adding on this regularization term. You have this hyperparameter alpha, and the regularization term with the L2 penalty is simply the sum of the weights squared. So what you're trying to do is shrink all the coefficients and penalize the larger coefficients as much as possible. With deep learning, doing this, or doing the L1 version of it, which is without the weights being squared, is as simple as just adding this onto your objective function that you use in gradient descent. Now there's another way to look at regularization that's specific to neural networks, and the idea is called dropout. And after each batch of training, we're going to just randomly remove a certain number of neurons. And then for each neuron, we're going to keep track of the fraction of times that they were out. And this is computed like an empirical probability. So if a neuron was dropped out of 2 out of 10 batches in the training, the probability would be 0.8. So then we're going to rescale the weights based on that probability. So here we have an example feed-forward neural network. And in a given training iteration, we drop out, we erase some of the neurons and all the adjacent edges and weights. So here is looking at a given neuron and its associated weights at the end of training. Now bear in mind, this neuron would only have been absent for some of the batches, so the weights that are in the, applied to the output of this neuron are still assigned actual values. And so what you want to do with dropout is you want to scale the outbound weights of each neuron, and you scale it by the probability that the neuron was present. So we're keeping track of how many times it was out. So let's say it was out 2 out of 10 times, 2 out of 10 batches. So the probability it is present is 0.8 in that case. And we just take that probability and we multiply it by all the outbound weights. And that's how you do regularization through dropout. So thanks for joining us for this lecture. Stay tuned for more exciting content.